Honorable Judge Tierra Jones presiding. Please be seated.
Alright, let's get started. Go to page 18, C 377407, State of Nevada versus Dwayne Keefe Davis. May the record reflect that Mr. Davis is present in custody. Mr. DiGiacomo and Mr. Palal are here on behalf of the state. Mr. Davis, sir, have you retained counsel to represent you in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Who have you retained?
Edie Paul.
Okay, and is that person gonna be here today?
No, he needs 2 weeks to be here.
He needs
He needs a continuance. 2 weeks.
He said he needed 2 weeks to be here?
Oh yeah, he needs a continuance for 2 weeks.
Okay, and what's his name again?
Edie Paul.
Edie Fall?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're gonna continue this matter for 2 weeks on a Thursday. That date is?
October 19th at 9 a.m.
Okay, we'll be back on that date.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All right, thank you. All right. Page 18, C 377407, State of Nevada versus Dwayne Keefe Davis. May the record reflect that Mr. Davis is present in custody. Mr. DiGiacomo and Mr. Palal are here on behalf of the state. Mr. Davis, sir, have you retained counsel to represent you in this case?
Yes, ma'am.
Who have you retained?
Edie Paul.
Okay, and is that person gonna be here today?
No, he needs 2 weeks. He said to be here.
He needs two-
He needs a continuance. 2 weeks.
He said he needed 2 weeks to be here?
Oh yeah, he needs a continuance for 2 weeks.
Okay, and what's his name again?
Edie Paul.
Edie Fall?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, we're gonna continue this matter for 2 weeks on a Thursday. That date is?
October 19th at 9 a.m.
Okay, we'll be back on that date.
If you hood educated, I'm glad you made it. Allow me to unfold my knowledge, wisdom, and understanding from a hood brother's point of view to all of you here, there, and everywhere. Now check me out. As y'all can see that the brother Keefe D was brought on an arraignment. Now, for those of you who are not, shall I say, court savvy, let me explain to y'all what an arraignment is. Whenever you are being charged with a crime, especially a crime against a person, you have to be arraigned. They bring you in front of the court, in front of a judge, and a judge must read your charges, explain the charges to you so that you can understand what you are up against. Okay? So if your charge is murder, the judge must read and say, hey, hood educated, you're being charged with murder, you're being charged with assault and battery, you're being charged with robbery, and then break those elements down to you so that you can understand what you are being charged with. Now, at this arraignment, you have the defendant, right? You have a right to say, hey, Your Honor, I understand that you charging me. I understand that the prosecution is charging me with all this stuff, but I plead not guilty because I didn't do it. Or, for some people, y'all got me, I'm guilty. I plead guilty. Or some people say I plead no contest. And when you plead no contest, you're saying that, hey, look, y'all got enough evidence to prove that I'm guilty, but I'm not going to say I'm guilty. I'm not going to say that, but I'm going to say that I don't even want to contest the charges. because what y'all have is so overwhelmingly, I do not want to contest the charges. And me and the prosecution, we already worked out a little deal here so that we can save the court some time and get this whole ordeal out the way. Unfortunately though, so as y'all seen, as I showed y'all, his arraignment, his lawyer wasn't there. So being that his lawyer wasn't there and he's not representing himself, he need his lawyer to be there to be his mouthpiece, to speak to the court for him. Because right now, by him just walking in that courtroom like that, and he hasn't filed any paperwork saying that he's pro se, that he's not, working for himself, he's not defending himself, he can't even really speak to the court really. As far as like legal stuff, because he's not qualified. Okay? So that's why it is necessary for his attorney to be there. And as y'all can see, they pushed it back because they want his mouthpiece to be there to speak for him. Now, if y'all paid close attention to who his attorney was, y'all would heard him say that his attorney is Keefe, right? Some of y'all saying hood educated. All right, we don't know who Keefe is. Look, y'all, I didn't know who he was neither until I did my homework. Keefe is not a slouch. Let's just get that out the way right now. I'm talking about, they call him a super lawyer out there in California. This lawyer right here was the same lawyer that represented Rodney King. For those of you who don't know, some of y'all probably young, you understand what I'm saying? But for those of us that are classic like me, we know all too well the case of Rodney King. When them LA police, I'm talking about, snatched that brother out the car and beat him almost to death. And it was all recorded on camera. That brother right there, Keefe, was his attorney. Check it out. Now, as y'all can see, that's Rodney King and Keefe, right? Keefe is a brother from the motherland, from Gambia, if I'm not mistaken. And I'm talking about lawyers like Johnny Cochran is giving this man his props because his whole delivery, his opening arguments, his closing arguments are so profound that Johnny Cochran was like, man, he got a vision that he see things happening before I can even see them happening. And he is vigorous. I'm talking about like a pit bull in that courtroom. Y'all feel what I'm saying? So understand something, y'all. This is not no slam dunk case. Just because we got Keefe D all over the place, talking about who he handed the gun to and all of those. This is not a slam dunk case. Now, another case that Keefe is famous for is during the 1992 riots down there in California. Y'all remember that? For those of you who remember, do y'all remember in that case where a brother pulled a white man out of a semi-truck, right? And a brother walked up to the white man as he was on his knees, and he had a brick in his hand, and he hit the white man in his head with the brick. Do y'all remember that? No, listen, let me say this right here. No disrespect, because I can't. Matter of fact, instead of calling him a white man, let's call the man by his name. From my understanding, the man's name was Denny or Danny. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong in California. Y'all correct me if I'm wrong. But I know it was with a D, right? So he hit Denny in the head with a brick. I'm talking about cocked it all the way back. Boom. And when Denny fell, it just like his whole body went limp. So what they did was when they captured Damien, the brother that hit him with the brick, and the other brothers, they charged Damien with attempted murder for hitting a man in the head with a brick. Let me tell y'all what the lawyer did. The lawyer was so cold in his whole delivery and in the whole case, he convinced the jury that, hey, he wasn't trying to kill him when he hit him with the brick. He was just in mayhem. It's chaos going on. They found him not guilty. They didn't drop. Excuse me. There's a difference. They found him not guilty of the attempted murder and found him guilty of 4 misdemeanors. So that tells us right now that Keefe D's lawyer is not a slouch. And like I said before, we got to listen, y'all. This is not a slam dunk case. And let me explain to y'all why. That proffer that Keefe D did in California when he was speaking to those detectives and they gave him that immunity and everything that he told those detectives cannot be used in the court of law in Las Vegas. They can't use that. All that right there, everything that he said, all the great detail that he said in that proffer agreement cannot be used against him in Las Vegas court in the murder of Tupac Shakur. They can't use that. Not only that, a lot of their evidence is coming from the book that he read. A lot of their evidence is coming from the interviews that he did. I can see the defense. I know y'all can. If you hood educated and you not lame related, you can see the defense. My defense, hey man, yeah, I said that on the interview. But, you know, I was saying that on the interview because, you know, I wanted the viewership to grow up. I wanted to, you know, boost it up so I can get more views. And I was just, you know, I'm telling the story. I'm trying to, you know, be somebody that I'm not. I'm trying to be tougher than I'm not. I never had no gun or nothing like that. I really don't know what happened. You see what I'm saying? Okay, well, what about this hood educated? You said in the book that you did this. Hey, listen, I'm trying to sell books. The same way people try to sell movies. We make it seem more than what it really is. We exaggerate. And that's all I was doing. I was just exaggerating. In my book, I was exaggerating on those interviews because I understood the more I talk about the case, the more money I would get because more people would want to interview me. So I was just lying for the money. That's it. That's my defense. I can see that being his defense because what other defense does he have? And what type of evidence do they have that can put him, what type of tangible evidence that they have that can put him directly at the scene doing what he said he did without him talking about it? Besides the witness, the Southside Crip witness, you know what I mean, that can also possibly can't put him there, but, you know, has the inner workings, the inner knowledge of what transpired that night. So we got to understand some of y'all, this is not no walk in the park type case. However, they did charge him. So we got to understand that too, that there must be some type of evidence that they feel that they got enough to charge this man with this murder conspiracy. Y'all jump in the comments and y'all let me know what time it is. Y'all let me know what y'all think about this whole demonstration. What would be your defense? You feel what I'm saying? How would you defend yourself against these type of allegations? I would love to hear it. This is Hood Educated, not Lame Related. Peace and love, and y'all take care of yourself out there. If I said anything that caused you to think, hit that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're not subscribed already. And if you're feeling generous, please make a small donation to the channel. Now, before I depart, allow me to give a shout out to some of the blessings that I received this week. Allow me to give a shout out to the sister Peggy Higgins for the $10 super thanks. Thank you. Allow me to give a shout out to the brother Kevin Irvin for the $10 super thanks. Thank you. Allow me to give a shout out to Donna Maxwell for the $10 cash app. Thank you. Yak and Nate for the $2 cash app. Thank you. Shane Pratt for the $5 cash app. Thank you. The sister Paula for the $10 cash app. Thank you. And last but not least, Catherine Connor for the $10 cash app. Thank all y'all for the love and support. This is Hood Educated, not Lame Related. Peace and love. And y'all take care of yourself out there.